Hello, my lovely Taurus. This is your reading for the week of April 21st. So, as I'm tuning into your energy, Taurus, I'm feeling some frustration. And I'm seeing almost as though you're looking at things and you're saying, okay, nothing's really wrong, but there's something missing. It's like there's a piece of a puzzle that won't quite fit or that's empty, and it's making the whole thing feel off. And whatever that piece is or whatever the situation is, Spirit is very much telling me that this is where you are now being able to look at the patterns of how you've dealt with feeling unsettled or feeling not quite right or feeling like something was missing or wrong. Choose your adjective. How you would have done that in the past. Taurus, we know that you are hard workers. I will say, okay, I'm a Taurus too. We can be very hard workers and we can achieve a lot through consistent work. Okay? And that feels quite natural to us because that's a quality of our energy. It's the earth energy. It is slower moving, but it is more consistent. And there's that tendency to feel comfortable in that rhythm of work with a sense of knowing. It's an inner knowing that as you are working towards something, it will play out in the future. And sometimes it's conscious and sometimes it's just instinctive. But if you look at the patterns of your life, you'll see that has happened. The difference this time, Spirit is saying, is because of the changes that are happening and because of the role that Taurus is playing within the evolution of the energetic field, there is a shift in how you're going to be able to do this better, easier, more effectively, and more beneficially for yourself and for the planet, Taurus. Okay, but let's not get too highfalutin. Let's just focus on you. The idea of this is to understand the nature of when things are off, that you've had a tendency to notice it and maybe not sit and question it, but maybe just step up the work of what you were doing or to rely on old things. So I can think, for example, in cases where, okay, I used to love to teach a particular kind of subject and when things weren't going well, I resurrected doing it in a different way, but it wasn't fulfilling and it certainly wasn't me at my best. That was reverting back to something that was familiar, trying to get the comfort back, but it wasn't relevant for me or for what I was doing at the time. So that was me trying to cram a puzzle piece into this picture that didn't fit. We're talking about this now as a metaphor for working on a tangible, practical way, as opposed to what Spirit is now suggesting you do. Don't look for a solution out there. Don't look out there and say, what course can I take? What hobby can I do? What dating site can I go on? What color can I paint that wall that's going to make this feel better? This is now about you going inward and really getting in touch more with a real awareness of your deeper self, a real awareness of your higher conscious mind and of the higher energies that are guiding you, your angels, your guides, and very definitely that higher part of you that has been with you all along and has been whispering in your ear. The thing is, Taurus, you have been guided all along and you've often listened. The thing that has happened sometimes, though, is that you get the idea, you get the impulse, and then your logical mind takes over. It's like there's a bit of a split. You work in that. You work in alignment with what you were feeling, but then in that logical application of it, in that deliberate application of it, sometimes you forget to check it back in with what was an intuitive impulse because you haven't recognized it as an intuitive impulse. Now, Taurus, many of you, those of you who are obviously not all Taurus, but those Taurus who are really working with deliberate intention towards expanded consciousness, towards a deeper spiritual life, what you're being told is this. Ask questions. Sit down and say quietly, look inward and say quietly, all right, what is it that is missing right now? What is going to be good for me to know? What would you like to tell me that is going to ease this agitation or disquiet that I'm feeling? Those are general questions that you can ask. But what you're really looking for is that movement inward and that realization that you've created this life. Much of it is good. There is something that can be better, or there's a space or a place where your soul is wanting you to go. And that's very often what the agitation is. It's just that your mind takes over and says, well, this worked before, so I'll do this. Or, well, okay, that looks good, so I'll do that. And you're relying then again on your personality and your ego. What Spirit is asking you to do, Taurus, is start bringing Spirit more directly, deliberately, and consciously into the world you create around you. Because the world you create around you, whether you realize it or not, is very supportive of other people, because that's the nature of the earth energy. There's a stability about it. There's a foundation to it. So whatever you end up creating out of that and from that is going to be beneficial on a practical level and on an energetic level. Because Taurus, when you are happy, when you are feeling fulfilled, you radiate a quality of peace and calm and love that is very healing to people around you without you meaning it to be or not. Okay? And when you're in a bad mood, not so good, because that can really project too without you meaning it to. Okay? Everybody's allowed to have a bad mood. But the thing is, you don't have to be in one. Okay? It's usually coming from a disquiet that you haven't named. And once you name it, you'll feel that resolution. You'll feel that inside of yourself, and then you'll know where you need to focus. Okay? Taurus, this is actually a really, really beautiful reading. And it's really talking, again, about you've got the ability to respond in things in ways that are different from your old patterns. You don't have to struggle to work to make things better. Ask questions and the answers will come to you. And I'm seeing really specifically writing it down, writing questions down, and then writing whatever the answer is. And if you need assistance on automatic handwriting, how to work with that, there are other sites that you can check that will direct you on how to do that. But generally speaking, sit quietly, breathe, do a protection prayer, inviting only those spirits in who are coming in for your highest good, and then write whatever your question is. And then say, I think what you're telling me is this. And then just write and see what comes. It's a lot more direct and a lot easier than you think it is. And understand, yes, sometimes it is going to be coming from your higher conscious mind. And if that is the easiest way for you to accept this as a function and as an avenue for information, then look at it just like that it is your higher conscious mind. Okay? That's it, Taurus. Yay! Take care.